Hi everybody, welcome back to the Leopards Go Wild. If you're new here, I am Mike and our family is loving camping in the winter, but there have definitely been a few things that we have learnt, some struggles that we have endured, and we've got some tips, some things that we've done that have helped, and some things that you might want to be mindful of if you are interested in going on a winter camping trip. If you want to live full-time in your caravan. We've specifically chosen to be in the South Island for winter because they have much more of a winter. We wanted to camp in the snow, the frost, capture the hoarfrosts, but we also are living in that caravan behind us, and we're wanting to make sure that we've been warm, that we've had power, so we've had some problem solving that we've needed to do, and that's what this video is all about. So we're currently parked up here in the Lewis Pass. It's snowing. We've been trying to get into the snow for the last few lots of snowfall, but we have not been successful. It's not really settling yet. Hopefully it's going to come down low and this will be a winter wonderland. That's what we're hoping for. A lot of the problems that we have had are maybe not ones that were mentioned to us. We've discovered some problems that have been a little bit different, but are probably very common. So problem number one has been power. We have 510 watts of solar on the roof and we have two 100 amp hour batteries in our caravan. They are not lithium, they are AGM batteries. And we started running out of power towards the end of April, and our solar just was not getting enough sun. That is a very common thing here in the South Island. It's a lot better in the North Island. But some things to consider about your power situation is if you have lithium batteries, which are far better, more expensive, but more efficient, they will not charge if you are camping in below freezing temperatures, which is likely going to happen overnight anyway, so you should be okay. But everything is less efficient when it's cold. They are used up quicker, they charge slower. The temperature really matters when it comes to your battery system. So after running out of battery or power a few times, we realized we needed to do something about that. Someone put us onto these really cheap $350 generators. They're pure sine wave generators, and they are only 800 watts of power, but that is more than enough to charge our caravan battery system. So we can plug our generator into our battery system and it will charge our batteries for as long as we want, which ensures that we've got a really good amount of power supply. We also have an EcoFlow, which we were given. There's a video up the top there for that. We were given this by EcoFlow and it's been a game changer for us. It's got a built-in inverter. They also gave us a solar power blanket so that we can charge it off the sun when the sun is actually out. But we can plug this as well into our generator, which will give us 240 volt power and charge our caravan batteries overnight. So when our generator's running, we can charge both things at the same time, turn the generator off, and then let the EcoFlow continue to charge our batteries. Problem number two, which has become a real big problem for us, is condensation. Our caravan, especially our cupboards where our clothing is, just seems to be saturated. We've had mold growing on our clothing. I've wiped my cupboards out twice today. These cold temperatures, you can't compete with the condensation. When we park up somewhere that's a lot warmer, we were in Christchurch before here, we didn't have the same issues at all. But if you're planning to park somewhere that's really cold or somewhere that gets frost overnight, you're going to have condensation most likely if you're in a caravan, tent or a van, something that's not insulated, probably as good as a UK caravan, to be honest. So if you have any tips on how to best deal with condensation, we'd love to know. We've got damp rid going in here. We've got our cupboards open at night to let the warm air from our heater in, but we're still just soaking wet in there. Number three, once again, we are in the South Island where it's a lot colder, but number three, heating. We are very nice and warm in here. It's snowing outside, but we can go back to the caravan and it's toasty warm in there. We've got a 2 kilowatt diesel European heater that's in our caravans. It uses probably between 2.5 to 3 litres of diesel a night, and that will be running from about 4:30 in the afternoon through to about 10 o'clock in the morning. But that keeps us nice and warm, so you're looking at around $6 worth of diesel a day to keep warm in the caravan. We also have a really cheap, it was like $25 from the warehouse, electric fan heater. Whenever we plug into power, we will just use our electric heater because we're paying for power, and why would we want to pay for diesel when we're already paid for a powered site? So having an electric fan heater doesn't take up much storage space, but it's another way of us keeping warm, and we just run that thing 24/7 whenever we're parked and plugged into power. We do see a few people, especially the international tourists in the vans, and we definitely feel a bit sorry for them when they don't have heating. They kind of turn their vehicle on and let the heater run for a little bit to warm up. Must be pretty damp and pretty miserable in there overnight if you're camping somewhere that's cold like this. So winter tip number 4, or problem solving, is we have lagged the water pipes on our caravan. We parked in like Twizel for a few weeks, and we had multiple days where the temperature did not go above 0 degrees. So having a bit of insulation on your water pipes can really help them from freezing, because the last thing that we wanted was our caravan water pipes to burst, and then we would have a really big problem on our hands, because every time our water pump is on, water is going to be coming out of wherever that burst or that issue happened. So we have lagged our pipes, and what we do at night time is we open everything up. So we turn our water pump off and we open our taps and drain any excess water out, so that way if things do freeze, the water or the ice has somewhere to go rather than just expanding in the pipes and bursting them. Our water pipes still did freeze even with lagging. We had a plumber tell us up in Twizel, if the temperatures are going to be -7, -8, nothing will stop water from freezing, and we experienced that, but it definitely has helped, but maybe something you want to do. Got 2 things for tip number 5. First one is having some extra activities up your sleeve. When you have really bad weather, or just even in the winter, you spend a lot more time in your caravan than you do in the summer. The sun goes down early and you're kind of inside once it's dark, which is about 5 o'clock. So having some board games, just some paper and pens and felts has been something that's been really helpful for us. I also make YouTube videos, which fills in a bit of time. The kids have their schoolwork. The girls have both been writing really long books. I think they're both well over 100 pages. So those are some things that we do to kind of fill in the extra time that we have in the caravan. The second point is that winter camping is not as cheap as it is to camp in the summertime, because we are using diesel to run our heater to stay warm in the caravan. We are using petrol to charge things off our generator. The other thing to consider is when we plug into 240 volt power at a caravan site, is that our fridge runs off the electricity, our hot water is heated through electricity, and our heater runs off the 240 volt, the fan heater. So it actually can be more affordable to camp somewhere that's got a powered site rather than staying off grid like we are here. Alright, well those are 5 things to consider, or 5 things that we have learnt about since we've been on the road travelling. Hopefully that is something helpful for you, but otherwise I'm getting a little bit cold now. I think I'm going to go into the caravan and warm up. Alright, see you later.